Hernandez, and I am the lead movement lawyer with Sister Love, and I oversee the Justice Law and Policy Project. Before we begin, I want to first take a moment to thank everyone here who has carved out time in their busy schedules to stand in solidarity with us today as we together demand accountability for the murder of Amber Thurman and Candy Miller and for the unconscionable reproductive injustices surrounding Adriana Smith's death. We stand before you today in righteous rage with the unwavering and profound understanding that Georgia's abortion ban is a fatal policy. We gather with the understanding that Georgia's abortion ban is murdering women in our own backyards, and that Amber Nicole Thurman, Candy Miller, and Adriana Smith should still be alive today. Lawmakers, I now speak directly to you. Where is your humanity? We warned you of these consequences. We warned you of what would happen if you voted yes to this draconian, inhumane, and punitive policy. And you did not listen. Instead, you disregarded the very constituents that elected you, acting as a direct affront to the democracy you swore an oath to protect. Today, we hold you accountable. Today, we demand immediate action and repealment of Georgia's abortion ban. In September of 2024, when you learned that the policy you wrote, supported, or through omission turned a blind eye to directly resulted in the preventable deaths of Amber Nicole Thurman and Candy Miller, you had the opportunity to do the righteous, moral, and ethical thing. In May of 2025, when you learned that Adriana Smith was being kept on life support without any regard to her family's wishes, and that Georgia's abortion ban is forcing families and providers to navigate a legal landscape full of uncertainty, criminalization, and fear, you had the opportunity to do the righteous, moral, and ethical thing. The Reproductive Freedom Act, a bill which would protect abortion care as essential maternal health care, prohibit the criminalization of providers for advancing essential maternal health care, and prohibit the criminalization of pregnant individuals, has been in your laps since 2023. And for 3 legislative sessions, and for 3 years, and despite our continuous requests and petitions, you have yet to hold a hearing on it, and you have failed to do the right thing. Your actions and omissions are egregious, and they are unacceptable. So we ask again, in righteous rage, where is your humanity? All their deaths were preventable, and we hold you accountable. You have permitted this fatal and pervasive policy to spread fear and criminalization, delays in care, denials of care, and inadequate care throughout this state, and you have done so in a state already struggling with one of the highest maternal mortality rates in the country at twice the national rate. You have acted with willful and deliberate indifference for the reproductive harm, medical violence and trauma, and even the loss of life caused by your actions, impacting our friends, our daughters, our families, our peers, our colleagues, and the very community you are entrusted to protect. Amber Nicole Thurman waited 20 hours for routine care while doctors shackled by criminals. Georgia's criminal abortion law waited until she was in enough distress, enough pain, and enough organ failure to operate to save her life. By then, it was too late. Amber should be alive today. Candy Miller, a mom of 3 whose health was so fragile that doctors warned having another baby could kill her, died a preventable death because she was too afraid to seek care under Georgia's abortion ban that you supported. Candy Miller should be alive today. We will continue to speak their names, and we will continue to hold space for the names we don't know yet. At this time, I invite Miss Jeanette, who is the mom of Amber Thurman, to the podium.
I am not here because I'm sad. I am not here because I am grieving. I grieved in 23 when I found out with the world what it really happened to my baby. That grief turned into a fight. I don't care to hear I am sorry. I don't care to hear about your condolences. What I want is to hold people accountable and get change. We need change. I don't want to be in spaces that cannot help me. I want to be in the lawmakers' spaces that sign the bill to say this is where we are today. This is a call to action. Yes. We need these laws changed. This is a call to action. How did we get here? Absolutely no one can tell me. And when I go to the gravesite, I have nothing new to tell my baby. Holding up a picture does not help me. I want to be in the face of the people that said this. We need change. And I'm not going to stop until we get it. You wanted me? Here I am.
Thank you. I'm Reverend Eolosha Esty Haynes Dillard, the Faith and Advocacy Leader for Sister Song. Welcome to the work. Welcome to accountability. Welcome to what it looks like for your voting constituents in this state. I invite Ms. Taria Tomlin, the sister of Candy Miller, to the podium.
Good afternoon, or good morning. My name is Taria Tomlin Randall, and I am the sister of Candy Miller. Candy should still be here today. Candy is not here today because the system failed her. It was not because of medical malpractice. It was because of laws that prohibited her from seeking the kind of help that she could have gotten if these laws were not in place. Candy was a mother of 3 beautiful children, and today those 3 children are motherless because the system failed her. How could an abortion act that's supposed to bring life into this world leave the lives of those left behind without a mother? I'm here because the system failed Amber. And what they did to Adriana is unconscionable. They made her stay alive to incubate a baby for their political views or whatever they thought it was. I'm upset. Upset would be an understatement. Because my sister was afraid of these laws, she took her life into her own hands because of her morbidities, because of her illnesses that would prevented her from having a safe and healthy pregnancy. It wasn't the abortion pills that killed her. It was Georgia's laws that killed her. Because if she was able to get the care that she needed, she would not have to have gone the route that she took. And someone needs to be accountable. Because she has 3 children that she will never see grow up. They have a mother that will never see them grow up. And I have a sister that I can't grow old with. And I'm pissed off.
We welcome to the podium the mother of Adriana Smith, Ms. April Newkirk.
Hello, I'm Adriana Smith's mom. I would like to shed light on the situation. Adriana went to the hospital, 2 different hospitals, 2 times. And she just got a prescription, basically a Band-Aid slapped on her wrist. On February 9th, this is when the heartbreaking journey starts. So I asked you, can I have a moment of silence? Can you please close your eyes? Can you please take this journey, this walk with me and her dad? On February 9th, she was brought to Emory. She had blood clots. And they said they didn't have the tools to work on her. I stayed with Adriana that night and her dad, and we prayed and we prayed and we prayed, and we called family members and we called everyone. Adriana stayed on life support and they did an independent test, two doctors. On February 19th, they declared Adriana Smith brain death. On that day, it was said to me and her father, they would no longer treat Adriana Smith as the patient. The fetus will be treated as the patient. The whole time, I didn't understand the law until I went and I read what was going on. So I'm asking the doctor, so you're saying we don't have a choice? Not in the state of Georgia, you don't have a choice. We have an act here, and we have to follow the act that's in place. I had to see my daughter like that from February until June 19th. I went to the hospital every day. I'm asking God, please show me a miracle. Please show me favor. I'm talking to my daughter. I'm holding her hand. I'm bringing her 7-year-old son to see her. We're hurting. We're upset. Her dad is trying to make it so normal for her son to keep the routine. He's devastated, but he's trying to be strong. And I see the hurt in him, and he see the hurt in me. And we can't comfort each other because we're both hurt. I know that we need a change, and the change starts here. I'm gonna tell you, I saw my daughter look like herself to deteriorate. Her face full of bumps and acne. Then the gray paleness set in, and she was gone. But I still had hope because I know God. And I'm saying to myself, God, just show me favor. Just let her come back. Please just let her come back. And I'm walking this journey with her father. They call me in the middle of the night. They're not treating my daughter as a patient, but you call me and tell me that my daughter's running 102 temperature. Can you give her antibiotics? So I'm headed down to the hospital at 1 a.m. in the morning to see what's going on. I'm at the point where I want to break. I'm pushing myself to get up every day. Adriana was a registered nurse in the same hospital that she laid in the bed on 8 East. Wow. Adriana was special. You gotta know how me and her dad feel seeing our daughter lay there like that. Ventilator going, chest moving up and down, and we're touching on her. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm talking to her, and I'm seeing a tear come out her eye. And maybe I didn't, but that was just something that I needed to hold on to right then and there. Lord, when I tell you, I didn't know I had this much strength. I never knew pain like this before in my life. In May, I let it all out and I told everyone what happened. June 13th, Chance was born, her son, by emergency C-section. Chance weighed 1 pound, 13 ounces. He's a fighter because his mother's a fighter. They wouldn't give us time, and I said, no, we need time. We need time for our families to come from all over to say our final goodbyes. That was the worst. They said, we're going to take her off life support on June 19th. So family and friends gathered, and we all stood, hoping for a miracle. For me, Lord, just do it for me. Her son, devastated, hurt, because we know this could have been prevented with a simple CT scan. So I say to you today, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? How do you stop another family from hurting? I am so overwhelmed. I am so angry. I don't sleep. I think about my daughter all the time. I'm trying to stay strong for my grandson who now lives with me. It is very, very hard. I'm just very, very upset. And I'm going back to the 19th, and we're all there. And my mom is a Christian. And we're praying, and we're listening to the music, and they come in and they're taking everything off. And my mom gets up and she starts assisting with it. She said, "This is the flesh. This is the flesh." Her spirit has already gone to Christ. But they need to know what pain they have caused this family to endure. I don't feel like my worst enemy would deserve how I feel. Pain, this is pain. Grieving, I haven't grieved. I have two faces. The one I show that I'm strong and I put makeup on for my grandson, and the one at nighttime when I'm up all night and I get in my bed and I cry. And I don't go to sleep until I put him on the bus and then I crash. I'm angry. I'm hurting. There's need for change. We want change. What Shanetta went through, it should have already been in effect. This is so wrong. Now we got Chance, Premature, and Messiah, and Jace, and all the other babies. No moms. So the grandmothers have to raise their children's children. I say to you, please, please, I'm pleading with you, please make a change. No one else needs to hurt unbearable like this. You can be in the car, you can hear a song, and you just break out and cry. I'm going to tell you that she had a sister who wanted some of her stuff from storage. She just wanted her robe. Nobody would take her, so I said, "I'm going to take you." And when she got the robe, it smelled so much like Adriana. I just broke down in the parking lot. It smelled so much like her. And the people came out, and I'm just holding my young daughter. I said, "Hold on to your sister. Hold on to all the good she's done and taught you. Hold on. Hold on." So I come to you today and I ask for change for my family and all families. We need a change. I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken. And I'm telling you from my mouth, please help us. Please, we need help. Listen to the cries. Listen. We're human. We all make mistakes. And I want to say to doctors that can perform abortions, they're certified. They went to school for years. But you let someone lay in a hospital and not help them for 10 days until they get septic shock. And they had the ability to do a simple procedure as a DNC. You make it make sense to me. You make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. Her mom was there. It is time for a change. Had to see my baby in tears. I thank you.
This is the reality of HB 481. We told you it would cost us lives. And by one vote it passed. What is the change these mothers are requesting, are demanding? What will the change be? What you have witnessed here today is our faith. What you have witnessed here today is the reading of scripture and liturgy, ancestral power, because we stand on the ground that reminds us that we all have come from ashes, and to ashes we have sent our Georgia community members too quickly. We will not accept it. We want accountability. We want reproductive freedom in this state for these mothers, for their children, for our siblings, for our parents, for our care, for our health, for our wellness, for our wholeness, for our humanity, because it is our birthright and because it is ours. I will not take questions from the press.